Hey guys, I've got a bunch of updates for you today. I haven't been able to do a video here in about a week, I think, maybe even longer. So I actually got a bunch of updates to show you. I'm gonna start with the creative area now that I've done, and this is here at the spawn. As you can see, I've made a pathway, and you can come in here, walk up, and yes, the non-members can also access this. But as you can see up here, they won't be able to access the Warhub because it requires you to use a command, and it tells you to type in /Warhub, and it teleports you across pretty much. And there's a sign here that says "Do not let non-members in." So you know, don't step. This is for you to be able to get back to the spawn. This is not for you to let non-members in, because they can actually enter the war zones, and I don't think there's anything I can do about that. I'll check now that I'm actually thinking about it. But I'll check that later and see if maybe there's a command I can negate for them to enter these. But as of right now, they can actually enter these. So let me show you what the creative map is. This is for VIPs and moderators only. So if you're not a moderator or a VIP or the owner, entering this portal right here would do absolutely nothing. And actually, I've been notified that non-members can actually get in here and swim up and get out, which is not a big deal, but I actually rather if they stay in the spawn area. So let me close that up, and that fixes that. And maybe not. Let me add some more water if I can find it. There we go. And I don't know why, but this water is not floating out, which is good. I think the reason is because of grease prevention. It prevents the spread of water, and this is a claim, so it stops water from coming out. So let me show you how this works. If you're a mod or a VIP, you can spawn over here. I think there's a command. I'm not exactly sure if it's working, but I think it's /mvtp creative. And this will either take you straight to the map or to this portal. I'm not sure. I will test them out later, and I'll put it up on the website. But for now, just go to the spawn and walk up here and enter it. And I know that pretty much the only people that've seen this are moderators and VIPs as of right now. So let me show you the rules real quick. There's lots in here that you must be assigned to, and that's to prevent people from just building all over the place and making it crazy looking. I do want the creative map to look creative and neat, so that's why I have it set to set lots for everyone. Next rule is you cannot bring anyone that's not VIP here, obviously. You may replace the bricks. This one I'll show you what I mean here in a second. Don't cheat in any kind of way. Don't try to bring items back or try to sell them from here. That will definitely get you in trouble, possibly bad. And once you do get a lot, make sure you set a home, because once this place gets big, and there's a lot of lots in this place, finding your spot might be a little bit difficult, or it might take a while. So setting a home to it is definitely recommended. And if you're a VIP and a moderator, then you have the ability to set multiple homes, so that shouldn't be an issue. And the other thing is, the only rule that it's actually a rule to prevent you from doing something is this one right here that says don't spawn any mobs using the eggs. So you do in creative mode, you do get these eggs right here. And as you can see, I forgot to mention this, but check out my inventory. This is my inventory here in creative mode, but when I go back to the world, it gives me my old inventory back. And let's just say that I'm in survival mode. As you can see, that's me, and I enter. Automatically, well, it doesn't do it to me because I'm an op. Automatically, it will set you in creative mode, and then once you step back, it will set you back into survival mode. So that's pretty neat. Let me go ahead and skip these signs for now. I'll come back to those. I know you guys are eager to see what people have been building here, and well, actually, I might as well show you now since it's nighttime. Here in the creative map, there is the option where you can change it to day, and that's obviously, in case you're building something and you want to have clarity and stuff. So you can actually change it to night too, so you can see what something looks like at night. So you can switch back and forth, which is pretty cool. And there is no charge for that, and you can do it as many times as you want. And if it does start raining, you can just set it to sun. And it's all free, and it can all be done right here, only in the creative map, of course. So let me set it to daytime so you can check out the builds. This one here on the right side is mine, and there's a pathway here, and then it'll tell you whose it is once you're walking to it. So if you're curious, just go over here and check it out whose they are. This was mine, that creeper that I created, and that Bulbasaur there is actually something that Luffy created, which most of you know that I kind of ran into that on the server just randomly, and it's just the funniest thing. I couldn't stop laughing when that just came out of nowhere. I was pretty confused. Here's what Bubbles has been working on, and obviously you all know that's my girlfriend, and she does like colors, and I made that little Playboy pixel art thing there. She likes pink and she likes Playboy stuff, so I did that for her. And let me show you what I mean about the bricks. When you get a lot, they're all marked by a big brick block that shows you where your lot is, and you can replace it, such as what Bubbles had done. She actually put grass down here, and inside her stuff she's actually replaced it with some wool. You can do that, but you can't dig further down than the brick. I mean, you can, but I don't allow that. And the reason is, this map is actually, this world is actually only like three blocks thick. You dig down a little bit and you run into bedrock. So, and in creative mode you can actually break it, so I just don't allow that to, I don't allow it for going under the bricks. It's just the way it needs to be, and I really can't change that. So there's a few things here. I think this is Nogums. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. I'm not sure what he's working on here. There's no door yet. Oh, that's pretty neat. Wasn't expecting that. And I think this is going to be sort of a maze, which is pretty cool. I actually can't wait to see what this will be, but it looks pretty interesting. And it might actually drive me nuts here, so let me get out. Here's a temple. This is JKS 99's, I believe, or I'm sorry, it's Nancy's. And he's making a temple, sort of the same thing, kind of like a maze. Well, more like a trap temple maze kind of thing. It's pretty cool, and this is pretty neat right here. This is definitely JKS 99. Looks like he was working on it last night. It looks really neat as well. And this is Ace. He made a giant flamingo, and over here he's actually working on an owl, I believe. And here's more empty lots. As you can see, there's enough space for you to build. This is not going to be somewhere where I expect you to spend a lot of time. This is mainly a survival server. The creative mode side is, you can have a little off time from survival and build some stuff if you're a VIP, or if you want to test out some redstone stuff without having to buy a bunch of pistons, only to find out that your idea would never work anyway. So it's really cool to have, and I do recommend you becoming a VIP, obviously because it helps the server, but it also gives you a lot of perks that are very useful and give you an easier time. Yeah, I think someone new is here, but I'm not sure. It looks like I might have to add him because I think Nixus is away. Oh, there we go. Never mind. Okay, so this is the creatable side, and that's pretty much it for now. We'll be building more onto it. Right now it's a little plain, and it's not what I'd like it to look like. And one more thing about it, as you can see, it's wide open, but there's only a certain distance you can go. Once you reach the distance, there's actually a plugin that Luffy helped modify. You can't go past a certain point. If you try to do that, it'll back you up. Even me, I can't even go past that point. So, and that is to prevent loading more map which is completely unnecessary on creative mode. So you know, once we reach that limit, I can extend it, but for right now there's no point in going past the creative area over here. So that's all that I've got on the creative side. VIPs only, remember that, and moderators also. Let's see, what else do I have? As many of you know, we've had issues with the SES system, the formal shop system that we had. It's causing a lot of lag, so it has been replaced. We now have what's called chest shops, and many of you are already familiar with this. This is what most servers seem to use. But if you don't know, let me show you what it is, and I'm going to try to demonstrate how to create a shop. There are instructions in the guide page, and even a picture to show you what the sign should look like. But I will show you here anyway. And here is Eli's shop. Haha, I got that right this time. But anyway, he's got every item in the game pretty much. So this is the place to shop. This is like the Walmart of Minecraft. No kidding. He even has enchanted items. So, I believe some of these have 2 signs. You really don't have to pay attention to the chests. The chests are actually there for storage of the items. You know, just look at the sign that you're interested in. You can buy a sign here, as you can see. And to buy a sign, you just you left click to buy, and you right click to sell if you want to sell a sign. And $6.50 to buy and $1 to sell. So at first it might be a little confusing what all these numbers and letters and punctuation marks are, but it's pretty simple once you get used to it. So let's say I just want to buy one sign. I just left click and I buy one, and it tells you that you bought one sign from Eli for $6.50. So it's very simple. You can sell it back. You right click and it sells it back. And as you can see there, the sign actually kind of placed, which is something that probably can't be prevented. And for some reason it seems like I got it back, so I might have to check on that. It's a little weird. Or actually what I think you can do is actually right click on the chest itself, or not. Well, there's a minor glitch. I'll have to check that out. But anyway, check out Eli's shop. It's got everything in it. It's really big, and the prices, most of them actually beat the prices from the server shop, so there's no reason not to buy here. There are other shops, so you know, there's other shops that might sell stuff cheaper than Eli, so definitely check those out too. About the SES system, obviously we're no longer going to use that. I did enable it for a while afterwards so that people can get their stuff out. If you did not get your stuff out and you really want it back, talk to me. I will enable it for a while and let you get your stuff if I'm online. But for the most part, if you know, if there's something that you don't really want, then don't worry about it. Just make a new shop or whatever. It'll save me from having to enable it, and it also enable some lag on the server. So definitely try out the new shops. And let me show you how to create one. Let's say this is your... let's not do that. Let's say this is your wall right here, and you want to add an item to it. Let me make it daytime real quick. You place your chest, and let's say you want to sell, let's grab some stone. You want to sell a stack of stone. You place your sign, and if I'm correct, you just skip the first line. On the second line, you place how many of that item you want to sell per click. Sell or buy per click. And let's say I just want to sell 1 stone block per click. I put 1. The second line is whether you want to buy and sell or buy and sell. And only VIPs can actually buy and sell. Regular members can only set buy shops, which means that they can sell to members, which is a little confusing, but if you don't understand it, then don't really worry about it. You'll figure it out once you try to do it. But anyway, everyone has the ability to sell items. Let's just put it that way. The second line you have to put capital B space the price you want to sell the stone for. Let's say $5 for one stone block, and let's just pretend we're VIP for a second. You would put a colon and then the number you want to buy it back from the member for. Let's say a dollar, and you put S, and that's how you would do that. And then you would go over to the last line. But for now, I'm just gonna set it so that you can only buy from this shop. And then you go down to the fourth line, and the fourth line is actually the item that you want to sell. You type in stone, and you can either put the name or the ID, but I highly recommend you put the ID, because the name doesn't, if you think something, if you misspell it or anything like that, it might get a little picky or it might not work. So I recommend using the ID, but for stone I think it's safe to type in stone. And I'm gonna go ahead and click done, and it will tell you that you created a shop. Now there is a fee to creating each shop item. VIPs, as always, bypass that, but if you're just a regular member or any other rank besides VIP, you do have to pay to place each shop sign. But the difference between this one and SCS, our previous shop, is that once you break the sign, you actually get that money back, so you don't lose your investment. You can make it back without losing it permanently. So right now I've created the shop, but there is no items in the chest, and the only way this one works is if you place the items in the chest. And now let me show you. Let's say I'm a regular member, I'm just scrolling around and I want to buy some stone. I left click and it doesn't work, and I think that's because this is my own shop. So I'm not really surprised, but it does work. I know for a fact it does work, and that would give me one stone, and it would take away one stone from here. So that's the way it works. And then to break the sign and say you don't want the shop no more, you're supposed to hold shift. I think just breaking the sign works, but you're supposed to hold down shift and break the sign, and that gets rid of the shop. And that's it. That's all you have to do. Let's see what else. We do have other updates. A lot of the updates are actually website updates. I have updated most of the pages. I've updated donations page, the events page. There's two new tournaments this weekend. I've added a mobile page, which is it's not what it sounds like. It's a page that's telling you how to get the mobile link and all that on your phone. So I've also updated the guide page, and the /home, let me show you here, the /home player home command is now only for VIPs, so keep that in mind. So another update that I have done, and this I just literally done in like 20 or 30 minutes ago, grief prevention now has a new feature, and I've already uploaded it, and it's now active. If you made a claim, and let's say you decide, oh, I'm not going to be on the server anymore, and you leave your claim, you leave the server, and you don't come back, after 31 days of you not being on, the server, the grief prevention feature automatically expires your claim, which means your stuff is no longer protected and it can be taken down. Basically, this means that it will be free for anyone to take your stuff and clean it up, or me delete your whole entire claim and regenerate the land. So make sure that you protect your land, otherwise people might assume that it's been expired and they will take it down. And eventually the server will get hopefully the server will get enough people where I won't be able to handle checking all kinds of griefs. So if you don't protect your stuff, it might just get to the point where you're going to be on your own. So make sure you protect your stuff. If you want to build something huge, or something really big, and you don't have enough claim blocks, work on getting the claim blocks first, because it's really important that you protect your stuff. Saves you time in the long run, and it can save your stuff, so it's very important that you do that. If you want to build something big and you want to build a lot of stuff, just become VIP, and you'll be able to go into creative side and just make random stuff that you want to do. So that's another option that you have, but definitely protect your stuff. I can guarantee you this huge building right here is probably not even protected. Oh, it is. I've been proven wrong. Yes, I have. But anyway, this new feature on the server. It claims now expires, so just keep that in mind. You should be okay if you get on, even if you just get on once every couple of weeks, your claim should still be protected. And I believe that's all I can think of right now. Upcoming stuff. Let's see. I am gonna be working on a new Warzone, probably this weekend, and I don't want to give out too much details, but it's gonna be a Parker. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. I think it's called Parker, something like that. Anyway, you know what I mean. And that's what it's gonna be, and it is gonna be a war zone. Obviously, it won't be PvP. If you know what parkour is, you know that you don't fight in it. That's gonna be it. And that's all the updates I got for you guys right now. I will do another video today showing some claims around, but I think this video is already long enough, so that's pretty much it for now.